welcome back to our Force Unleashed lore play series. Last week we finished the game as it was originally created, but this week we're gonna go back to one of the bonus levels that I believe was actually put into the game for the Wii and PlayStation versions. We'll be infiltrating the Jedi Temple to learn more about our father, whose spirit we met on Kashyyyk. And this is the perfect time to quickly discuss what happened to the Jedi Temple after the Clone Wars in canon and Legends. As we can see here, the temple is protected and filled with Imperial forces, but it's in decay. It's just been abandoned and left to fall apart. Canon tells us a completely different version. The Emperor took over the temple and converted it to his palace, which is an idea I really like. It's the ultimate final screw you to the Jedi. The few survivors of Order 66 would have had to hear about their once sacred home being the literal seat of power for the Sith. This is something we can best see in the original Darth Vader comic series. The Jedi High Council room itself was where Palpatine set up his office. It's all very different from what we see here. Statues falling apart and such. The canon Emperor wouldn't have even let these relics of the Jedi stand this long. He made a very strong effort to wipe the Jedi Order from the history books. As we make our way deeper into the temple, we stumble across a Jedi Padawan Training room where we have to fight droid after droid until we shut down their spawn points. I mentioned this before about how Proxy is pretty similar to something seen in the Obi-Wan and Anakin comic. Different personalities and fighting styles could be programmed into these droids to help train Padawans. Although these seem awfully deadly for training droids, shouldn't your sabers be set to the lower stun setting? By the way, we are currently in the Tower of First Knowledge. It's not the same tower as the seat of the Jedi High Council, but was the home to the Council of First Knowledge. They were 5 masters selected to oversee the Jedi Academy and its curriculum, as well as the Jedi Archives. It was managed by the Caretaker of First Knowledge. All of this information was set up in Legends, but it's actually still canon. We are here to seek out information about our father and who he was, so we fight our way to the Holocron Chamber that holds the Great Holocron. Fortunately, it has our father, I guess, as a gatekeeper inside, and he implores us to pass the Jedi Trials, specifically the Trial of the Spirit. The first part is pretty easy, like laughably easy. I'm not doing that great, but I guess whoever is grading this is like, close enough. But the real trial of the spirit, also called facing the mirror, is when we face the darkness within ourselves, just like Luke experienced in the dark side cave of Dagobah. And here we are doing the same thing, fighting a pure dark side version of ourselves. And while we do this, I should say, yeah, I know there are 2 other missions to the Jedi Temple in the Wii and PlayStation versions, but I don't have those versions, so this is the only one we're gonna see. But in those other missions, we go through the trials of skill and insight, and we face off with Darth Decius and Darth Phobos. But once we beat the dark version of ourselves, we snap out of our vision, and we continue back on our way. This chronologically takes place right after our mission to Kashyyyk, where we saw the spirit of our father, Kento Merrick. That's where we're going to stop today. And next week will be our final Force Unleashed lore play, and I guess I'll kind of be doing some what-if style commentary, which I've never done on this channel before, but it'll all be guided by the 2 what-if scenarios set up by the game itself. If you want to watch this series from the beginning, check out this playlist here. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.